I'm here, PIATour.
For saving me.
Such a pleasure to meet and be around this whole force of nature. You know, understand what's going on. So you need to check them out.
Hey guys, what's up? So I just want to do a quick review of the PIATour. That's Poets and Autumn Tour. They came to Milwaukee. They came to my city, which is awesome. If they're ever in your city, the show is still running all the way to, the tour is still going all the way to May 4th or something like that next year, and they're going to touch down in London. So whoever you are in the world, or most especially in America, and these guys are going to be in your city, please go. The Poets in Autumn, they are awesome. Genetic, Solomon, Ezekiel, Chris, and Mr. Perry. So I just want to touch down on some of the poem that they did. They did one. They did so many ones, but one of the ones that was like so big was genetic. I'll touch on each person's own that was big. Like Genetics did one on the color red. She was trying to talk about her when she had a miscarriage, but she was able to trust God. But one of the things that was touching about that piece was that she talked about God in such a way that if you're the omnipotent God, if you're like God all knowing, all doing, all seeing, and every single thing, why did you let this happen? Why are you doing all this? But she later explained that it's a broken world, stuff happens, and we need to trust God in it. Okay. Ezekiel did one that was awesome. It's called The List of These. So like we should learn to see beyond who we are and just love people and bring them to church, introduce them to Christ. Let us not be too classy to love people. That was one good one by Ezekiel. The Nigerian guy, he used his Nigerian accent, which was so awesome that he could do that and like represented us, we Nigerians. Which other one was good again? I want to talk about depression. Solomon talked about depression, which was awesome. Like he went down into it and explained the importance of it. So this is one of the things he said about depression. It's like sometimes when people in depression are actually at the end it results to suicide. He said one of the things that happen is that people end up some people will look at like Spade was one of the women who killed herself. One of the people who killed herself this year. Another celebrity killed himself this year. A couple of them actually. But it's just sometimes people who have depression and see these people, they actually say to themselves, maybe they wanted it more than I did. Like they have escaped the problems of this life and now they're enjoying their life and things like that. Like I don't know if I'm phrasing it right, but maybe she wanted it more than I am, because a lot of people, suicide is now looking like a really good thing. A lot of people are trying, but he gave us one of the things they preached about during this tour was it's easy for a lot of people to say, I'm sick, I need a doctor, I'm going to get pills for this and that. But when it comes to depression, the church plays it down, or people just want to play it down and say, no, it's no big deal. Just trust God. You know, you need to go see the doctor. You need to go see a therapist. You need to talk to somebody else. So yeah, that's good. And Mr. Preston Perry talked about his time coming from the hood. He came from Chicago, south side of Chicago, and explained how God redeemed him from his past, which was really awesome. Chris Webb was amazing. So I don't know if you guys, you guys need to try this one out. Chris Webb did an awesome piece, and he said it was the first time he was doing it actually on the tour. He did it for Awesome Milwaukee. He did it was crazy. It ran for about 5, 6, 10 minutes. I don't know how long that thing was, but I'm sure it was long. It felt longer than 10 minutes. But he created option B, A, B, C, D, and pick an option, and he was gonna do a poetry about it. Words he had already crammed. I mean, it was so good. And one of the things Chris Webb said during his poetry was God created community to calm the storms of an isolated life. That we need to spend time in we need to spend time in being in community, being with people, trying to be there for people, trying to be there for people where, I mean, trying to be in the midst of people where they can talk to you, where you can break down your life, and where you have accountability partners, like where you have people telling you, hey, please don't do this, hey, don't do that, hey, this and that and that. Like, we need to have people like that in our lives so we can have like a people checking on us in our Christian faith. So yeah, that was it. Let me see if there's more points I have to share. And so another last thing, I mean, genetics did one. It's called the church circus. So in the church circus that she was talking about, she said a lot of times being in church, we like to make some things invisible. Like people have mental problem, we make it invisible. This and people are confronting the word. I want to know more. We make it invisible. We just try to make things soft and easy, palatable and nice. And at the end of the day, we make things we can't handle invisible and things we want to handle visible, which is really bad. We should like make deal with every single thing. Another one I want to talk about is airplane. Solomon talked about it. Says like we need. I'll just say the stuff about it. I don't want to break it down too much because I'm already taking much time here. It was more like airplane was more like we need commitment. We as Christians need to be committed in our relationship with God, and especially in our relationship with people too. Like there was a little bit of that we need to be committed in. Once we are in here, we should not just come and go. Oh, yeah, that's it. God bless you guys. Love you. Bye.